It's Friday, everyone. What do we do on Fridays here at the Hint Hive? That's right, we smash the patriarchy. Hey, everyone. Welcome back to the Hint Hive, amplifying women's voices. I'm your host, Kelly Hint, queen bee of this hive, your go-to feminist life coach and psychotherapist in your earbuds. And today we're diving headfirst into something beautifully badass, emotionally grounding, and absolutely essential to our collective survival. The power of female friendships. Why we need our sisters more than ever. So, grab your drink of choice and follow me into the powerful world of sisterhood. You know, this is a topic that's been on my mind for a while because I have had my own challenges going on. And let's be honest, the world feels like it's spinning faster than ever, and we are expected to keep up without missing a beat. The weight of patriarchy isn't just some abstract societal structure. It shows up in our everyday lives. It's the mental load of remembering every birthday, school meeting, and grocery item. It's managing households while climbing corporate ladders, performing emotional labor in our relationships, and constantly being told that we should smile more, talk less, and never age. Women are living a high-wire act. We are balancing expectations, ambition, caregiving, and self-preservation, all while navigating systems not built for us. And in the midst of all that chaos, there's one revolutionary, grounding, life-affirming force that pulls us back into our power, our friendships with other women. They are the sacred spaces where we exhale without explanation, where our truths are witnessed without judgment, and where our strength is both celebrated and restored. These friendships offer the kind of love that doesn't demand that we shrink, contort, or apologize for our fullness. They remind us of our brilliance when we forget. They call us back to our essence when we feel lost. And they hold the history of who we've been and the vision of who we are becoming. These relationships aren't just support systems. They are survival strategies, soul medicine, spiritual armor, and powerful acts of collective resistance against a world that profits off of our disconnection. These friendships aren't just nice to haves. They're not bonuses or feel-good fluff. They are radical, healing, necessary lifelines that offer us validation, laughter, rest, rage, and refuge. And yet, in a culture obsessed with romantic relationships and individual success, we're not talking enough about the life-sustaining power of our sisterhoods. And I don't know, maybe this has been on my mind a lot because I have not engaged in my sisterhoods. I have allowed life to run right over me, and I am feeling the drain of it all. And to be honest, I feel guilty admitting this, but this has been going on for a while because I've had a lot going on and it's made a very convenient excuse for me. I'm a pretty solitary person to begin with, but I just kind of let my husband fill the emptiness where my sisterhood used to be. And when his mom passed, I didn't even have him because he was very busy taking care of all of the things that happen when a parent dies. And I was left alone. I was left alone in my home for months. And I felt the void. I felt the neglect of my sisterhood. I felt my failures as part of a sisterhood because I didn't feel that I had anyone that I could reach out to. I didn't have anyone to call and cry to about my loss. I couldn't use my husband for that. He was dealing with his grief, right? I couldn't expect him to be there for me emotionally. I tried my best to be there for him emotionally, but I know I sucked at that too. Shocker, right? I'm a therapist. I should know better. Well, guess what? I know how to be a therapist to somebody who is grieving a loss. I've never had to be a wife to a man who lost his mother. And I struggled in that. And I'm really ashamed of it because I didn't have anyone that I could reach out to. And it became clear to me that I have failed at keeping up my relationships with other women because I've allowed life to just run over me. And I know that there's at least one person listening right now that can identify with that. Well, let me tell you, now is the time, ladies. Now's the time to listen to what I'm saying and to do something about it, because I don't want you to go through the same hell that I've been going through for the last couple of months, because it is freaking lonely. It is heartbreaking. It is tragic. And to be very honest, I thought I was losing my freaking mind because I just sat home by myself all day long, either sobbing or talking to myself or raging, whatever it happened to be, because I did not feel that I had a friendship close enough that I had nurtured that I could call and receive support. Because see, I'm used to being the support system. I'm not used to the one needing support. And when I needed it, it wasn't there because I did not cultivate those relationships the way I should have. So, all right. Now that I got that off of my chest, let's bust a myth that is very prevalent with female relationships. So let's just call it out loud and clear. Society has been feeding us a toxic lie that women are inherently petty, jealous, and emotionally volatile, and therefore incapable of sustaining real, deep, lasting bonds with one another. We've been told that women don't get along, that women are, what the hell is the word I'm looking for? It's not coming to me. It'll probably come to me at some point later on in the episode. See, this is what happens when I don't follow the script that I wrote. I lose words. Anyway, the lie that we have, oh, there we go. See, I knew it would happen. Catty, right? We are told that women are catty and will, just stick a knife in each other's backs. Well, that lie, my friends, is strategic. It is the patriarchy doing exactly what it was built to do: divide us so that we don't rise together. It pits us against each other in subtle and overt ways, from pop culture tropes of mean girls to workplace dynamics that encourage competition over collaboration, right? Women clawing over each other to climb the corporate ladder. But here's the truth. When women truly connect, when we drop the armor and support each other with intention, sisters, we are not just powerful, we are a damn revolution. When we link arms, share wisdom, hold each other through heartache and hustle, we become unstoppable. Whether it's your ride or die bestie, the friend you only see once a year but pick up like no time has passed, your sister, or your chosen family. These relationships matter. And the science backs it up. Research out of UCLA found that when women are stressed, our bodies produce oxytocin, which, unlike the fight or flight response common in men, actually drives us to tend and befriend. That means our biology nudges us to reach out, connect, nurture, and protect. This isn't just an emotional habit. It is evolution. How freaking awesome is that? When I found that lovely piece of data, it helped me to understand why I lost my mind over the last couple of months. My biology was telling me that I needed to reach out, that I needed to connect, and I wasn't getting it. I was not receiving the nurturing that I needed. In my body, it was a visceral reaction. Because strong female friendships are linked to lower cortisol levels and reduced risk of anxiety and depression, in addition to improved cardiovascular health and even longer lifespans. Yep, your best friend could literally be adding years to your life. And here's the real kicker. Female friendships are often the most emotionally fulfilling relationships that we have. Why? Because they're not based on transactional power dynamics or social status. They are built on mutual care, trust, and authenticity. And in a world that tries to silence and shrink us, our friendships give us permission to be loud, flawed, brilliant, messy, and real. But we are not prioritizing them. And here's where I'm going to lovingly call us all in. We are not giving these relationships the time and energy that they deserve. Because between work, parenting, caregiving, and the constant pressure to do it all and do it perfectly, our friendships often take a back seat. We cancel plans, ghost group chats, or convince ourselves that we are too busy. Guilty as charged. But connection, ladies, it's not a luxury. It is survival. We need our sisters. We need safe spaces to vent without fixing, to cry without judgment, to celebrate without downplaying our joy. So, let's talk real deal action here. Let's talk about ways to reignite sisterhood. Because I've got 5 bold, soul-fueling steps to help you reclaim the power of female friendship. And you know what? I've already started doing some of these. As I wrote this episode, I'm like, yeah, I need to do this too. Because, I don't want to be a hypocrite. So, the first step. Step number 1, reach out right now. Yes, seriously. Pause this episode and send that text. Call her. Leave a voice note. Slide into her DMs. Tell a woman in your life that she's been on your mind. Let her know that she matters to you. Ask how she's really doing, not just the I'm fine surface level stuff, right? But the real deal, heart on the table kind of check-in. It doesn't have to be poetic or perfect. It just needs to be true. Start the spark. Rebuild the bridge. Be the one who reaches out first. And ladies, as I speak this, I know I suck at this. I need you all to know that this is where I struggle the most. I suck at maintaining friendships because I constantly allow everything in life to take precedence. So I know that what I'm asking right now could be a tough ask for some of you because it's one that I really, really struggle with. I don't reach out first. Part of it is because I talk to people all day long as a therapist, right? And so at the end of my day, I just want silence. Well, guess what? I don't have any freaking excuse because there are weekends, right? I have no excuse. I'm calling myself out. I'm putting it out there that I need to do better here. And I've tried to start doing better, including with my sisters-in-law. I never reach out to either of them. I'm embarrassed about that. I'm talking the sisters on my husband's side of the family, so my brother-in-law's wives. I was horrible about that. Actually, it's all my sisters-in-law, including my brother's wife. Yeah. See, I've got a lot of work to do too, ladies, and I am not so prideful that I can't admit it. And now I'm going to have to take a break because I'm going to have myself a little bit of a cry. Because this is hitting way too close to home for me. So I'll see you back in a second when I dry the tears. Okay, see, look at that. You didn't even know. Time didn't pass for you. I got my crap together. But as I was reflecting on this very difficult step number 1 for me, it also clarified that a lot of the reasons why I don't reach out to certain people are because I never really developed the relationship. So like, for example, there are family members that I have zero relationship with, right? I don't really know them, whether it be cousins or whatever. The people we have relationships with tend to be the ones we stay more connected with or like spend time together, stuff like that. So I do understand. I'm not saying that you have to go and make relationships with every single woman in your life. I'm not saying that at all. But if you know that you could really connect with someone, try to figure that out. And definitely try to make it a priority. Okay, moving on to step number 2. This one sounds fun. Plan a connection ritual, right? Doesn't that sound fun? Whether it's a monthly coffee date, a wine and wine Zoom night, WINE and WHINE, a shared playlist that evolves with your moods, or a Sunday evening ritual of voice notes. No matter what it is, get creative, but make your connection sacred. Don't wait for birthdays or crises. Oh, I thought I wasn't going to cry again, but I'm going to say it through my tears. Don't wait for your mother-in-law to pass before trying to make relationships with your sisters-in-law. Okay? All right. I promise it's not going to be like this forever. I'll get my crap in a pile and I'll stop crying during my podcast eventually. But the point is, don't wait. Build a rhythm that keeps you rooted in each other's lives. Choose something simple but meaningful and honor it like you would any other vital appointment in your life. And I'm not saying that you always have to be the one to reach out either. I'm not saying that at all. I should also say, don't waste time in a relationship that is not reciprocal. Like, have a conversation. Use your healthy communication and say things like, hey, I know we haven't really been connecting, but I'd like to change that. And then make an effort. And if you still get nothing in return, then maybe that is your sign that you need to pick a different social support. All right, step number 3, ditch the guilt narrative. Because prioritizing your friendships is not selfish, it is sacred. We have been conditioned to believe that tending to anything outside of work or family is frivolous. But that's a lie that we have internalized from a society that undervalues emotional labor and mutual support. Friendship is not a side dish, it is nourishment. Caring for your sisterhood is caring for your mental health, your soul, and your sense of belonging. You do not owe the world burnout. You owe yourself balance. And sometimes balance looks like laughing with your girls over coffee or crying on the couch with someone who just gets it. And I can tell you right now, as someone currently experiencing burnout, I am resentful and angry that I have allowed myself to get to the point of burnout because all of my relationships have suffered because of it. And step number 4, get vulnerable. This is what I was talking about. Because real friendships don't thrive in perfection. They grow in the messy, magical soil of authenticity. So show up raw. Speak the truth of where you're really at. My gosh, I'm never going to make it through this. My voice is cutting out on me. Sorry. Anyway, speak the truth of where you're really at, even if your voice shakes, right? Let people see you, your flaws, fears, and everything about you. Let go of the pressure to always be the strong one, the wise one, or the one who has it all figured out. Yes, I'm pointing fingers at me right now. Trust that vulnerability is not weakness. It's glue. It binds hearts, deepens trust, and gives the people who love you the chance to show up fully in return. And then be the friend who creates space for truth, not performance. And I know getting vulnerable is a big ask. That is one of the reasons why I cut friendships off at the knees, because I don't like getting hurt. But guess what? Every relationship we're in has the risk of hurting you, but it also has the risk of healing you. Don't cut off your nose to spite your face. All right. Number 5, last one. Create friendship affirmations. Celebrate your friendships loudly and unapologetically. Send spontaneous voice memos that say, "I'm grateful for you." Curate mood playlists that speak to your shared journey. Leave handwritten notes. Tag her in a meme that screams us, or start a shared gratitude list about your friendship if you're into that kind of stuff. Make it your mission to normalize expressive love between women. Create a culture of affirmation where appreciation isn't just felt, it's heard, it's witnessed, and it's welcomed. And for those of you listening who feel like your circle is small or even non-existent like mine, let me say this. It is never too late to build sisterhood. Women are out there craving deep connections just like you are. I mean, think about it. I'm craving deeper connections. And I know that there are other women out there who are also craving it just like I am. So show up to local meetups or women-led workshops or even virtual communities that center authentic connection. Say yes more often when your heart is telling you to. Be open. Let your heart speak first. And bonus tip, make room for all kinds of female friendships, because your sisterhood does not have to look like a sitcom cast. You can have that one friend you go to for deep philosophical conversations, and another separate relationship for belly laughs and dance breaks. It's okay if your friend circle is diverse in personality, values, and life stages, because that richness adds texture and resilience to your support system. All right, ladies, this week's quote comes from Amanitau Sao and Anne Friedman, authors of Big Friendship. This was a book recommended to me, and I have not read it yet, but based on what I was told, it's a book every woman should read. So, these lovely humans say that friendship is a life-shaping force as significant and complex as any other. Take a second. Let that land. Your friendships deserve the same reverence and investment we give to romantic or family relationships. They are foundations, not footnotes. My fellow queens, our friendships with women hold the power to change everything. They are mirrors that reflect our magic back to us. They are witnesses to our becoming. And in times of darkness, they are lanterns. So let's stop treating them like side quests. Let's make them the main story, because every time we show up for another woman, we're not just being good friends. We are disrupting systems of isolation and control. We are reclaiming our collective strength. So here's your mission, should you choose to accept it, and I hope that you do. Reach out to one woman today. Not tomorrow, not next week, today. Send her love. Make a plan to connect. Tell her she matters. And then do it again next week. And the next. And hey, as always, if this episode lit a fire in you, share it with your girl gang. Post it in your group chat. Send it to your mom, your mentor, your colleague. Let's remind each other of our worth and our wild, beautiful capacity for connection. And make sure you're subscribed to this podcast. And please take a moment to leave a review. It helps amplify this movement. And don't forget to join our Facebook group where the magic continues. It's where stories are shared, support flows, and our hive gets even stronger. Until next time, my friends, stay bold, stay connected, and keep amplifying your voice. This podcast is powered by Kelly Hint Empowerment Coaching, as well as Kelly M. Hint LMHC and The Cranky Counselor. To find out more about coaching services, head over to CoachKellyHint.com. If you'd like to know more about the psychotherapy services I offer to individuals within the state of New York, you can check out KellyMHint.com. And if you'd like to learn more about aromatherapy, you can check out TheCrankyCounselor.com.